to the VA channel, where we bring you all things law and lifestyle. My name is Amma Anthony, and if this is your first time stopping by, you're most definitely welcome. Today we'll be discussing all things LPC and how I survived the LPC. I use the word survived because the LPC was no walk in the park. In my opinion, that is. Anyways, so before we get into this whole survival technique, tactics, into how I survived my LPC, why don't you grab yourself a pen and paper and grab yourself a cup of tea, and we'll get straight into the video. Before we proceed to my survival tactics, let me give you a brief background to what this whole LPC is all about. The legal practice course, aka LPC, is a course you take if you want to be a solicitor. I took mine at De Montfort University here in Leicester, which meant that all my exams were open book exams, but for solicitor's account, which was closed. Guys, I started my LPC in 2019. So we did the first phase of the LPC in person in an exam hall with invigilators and everything. Us carrying our backpacks with our thick folders, blah, 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 you know the drill. But then COVID hit, so we had to take the second phase of the LPC online. And our exams were taken via the proctored exam system online. So I have experienced both in-person and online exam journey. So I'm here to share with you three major techniques, three survival techniques that you need to follow if you're not already following. Because I just had to come here, and it was apparent that I did this video because I realized online that most people struggled, especially with this whole COVID and the exam being online. So I'm here to share with you three major techniques to help you in your LPC journey. So the first survival tactic is consolidation of notes. Guys, you need to treat this LPC like a job. So anytime you're done with the SGS, or as some people know it as workshop, I'll be using it interchangeably. So anytime you're done with your SGS, please consolidate your notes. Make sure that whatever notes that you've written, new notes, whatever the tutor had given, whatever points that you think will be beneficial to you during the exam, you must consolidate. So what you do after every class is to assign yourself an hour or two to consolidate. Now it's even easier because everything is done online and the recorded session is sent to you individually. What you do is you go over the recorded notes, the recorded session, and consolidate your notes. Make sure that you have the right information, what is required of you for the exam. That is one. The first tactic, survival tactic, is consolidation of notes. So the second tactic is about developing an exam technique which would make life easier for you, basically. The key thing here is to study smartly and not hardly. I'm not saying don't go and study, but you have to study smartly. Anyways, before you start the LPC, you're given loads of handouts, and one of it is this, an example of one of the handouts that you're given. Before every workshop or SGS session, you are required to read relevant chapters and answer questions for the various tasks assigned to you. And there's a list of outcomes. What I'll do is I'll put a photo of it here and I highlight it or indicate what it is I'm talking about. So you'll be given a list of outcomes, and the outcomes are basically what they require you to know or be able to answer after the SGS or the workshop. So in order for us to study smartly, when reading the relevant chapters, you have to focus on the outcomes assigned or highlighted by your tutor. So for an example, this is for SGS2 for property law. Funny enough, I do not like property law, but this was the first, it was the first folder, or the closest folder, if you will. So for SGS2, the main point or the topic was action following initial interview and contract drafting for a sale of home. So the outcomes were: decide what action to take next following an initial interview with clients for whom you are acting on a related sale and purchase. Apply for official copies, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to bore you with the details. But then you were required to listen to the online lectures entitled Drafting a Contract, Professional Conduct and Undertaking. And also were required to read relevant chapters in the textbook on contract drafting and undertakings, and also prepare answers to the following questions and bring them to the session. So what you do is, the relevant chapters you are supposed to read in accordance with the outcomes. Make sure that as you read, you are answering, you are accomplishing or ticking off the outcomes. Yes, when you read XYZ, now you know you are well equipped with information to be able to apply for the official copies. You are well equipped with information to be able to draft a basic contract for sale of land. That is how you study smartly. You won't go and read the whole 60, 70 pages. Make sure that as you are reading, you are ticking the boxes and answering these questions. And as you do that, you also answer the task, because guess what? Unlike the Silex where they have past questions, sweeties, honeys, darlings of the internet, the LPC doesn't have past questions. But guess what the past questions and potential exam questions are? The questions that you are required to answer for every workshop are potential exam questions and past questions. Yep. So what you do is you have to make sure that you write everything that your tutor gives you for that question. Every question, any answer your tutor provides you, make sure you write it down. And when you go back, you consolidate your notes, write down the right answers, because this is an open book exam and you'll be able to take this with you. So you write down the right answers that your tutor had given to you, and that is what you revise for the exam. So this is an easier and smarter way to revise for the exam. So recap of what we've just spoken about. First off, you consolidate. Secondly, per every SGS, what you do is you write down all the answers to the questions that your tutor provides you. Secondly, when you are doing the relevant reading, you don't necessarily have to read the whole 80, 90 pages. Read what is relevant to the outcomes, and that is how you study smartly. I'm not saying don't go and read everything, or we'll come back to it, but as you consolidate, you do all these things, and that is part of your consolidation. And then you revise the answers that they give to you. That is the exam technique that you need to equip yourself with, because this LPC is a war. It is World War III. I'm telling you, it's no joke. It's so easy to pass and it's equally easy to fail. So please, guys, it's very depressing already. So please equip yourself with the relevant information. Make sure that you get all the answers to these tasks that they give to us. We don't have any past questions in any Lexis, Nexus, or practical law anyway. What we do is all the questions that they give to us for the SGS, those are our past questions. So make sure that the answers that the tutor gives you now is even easier, because every recorded session is sent to you individually. What you do is just sit down, put your earphones on, listen to everything the lecturer or the tutor says, and just write it down. And also you have to practice your typing techniques or your typing skills. Make sure that you quicken it, because you have only 3 hours to answer every question and submit. So this is your survival tactic number 2, revision technique, where you answer every question because it's an open book exam, so all the answers for the question will be provided by your tutor. And last but not the least is time management. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. You need to manage your time properly. They don't give extra time. They don't give you 15 minutes extra time or 30 minutes extra time unless it's something that you already have agreement with the school about. But there's no extra time. You need to manage your time. There have been instances where I didn't finish my exam. Number one, during the first phase of the LPC, where exams were taken in person examination, this is me trying to write my best. First off, I write cursive, so I will start, and then later on, I don't even know where my A is, my B is. I don't know how to formulate words together because there's not enough time. And for the second phase, which is a proctored exam, guys, it's really essential that you work timely. Make sure that you practice your typing skills. Practice now. Anything you are doing, be typing. If you're right, type. If you like, you can use WhatsApp web, and instead of using your thumbs on your phone, you'll be typing. It's also practicing how to type. So in conclusion, I'm going to list it again. In order to survive this LPC and pass your exam: 1, consolidate your notes. 2, develop a very good revision technique. And what I've told you is the best, because my tutor said to me, for my the first phase of the LPC, I didn't pay attention to what my tutor said, but I used it for the second phase and it was very good. It was it helped me a lot. So please focus on that as well, and make sure you manage your time properly. Yeah. So these are the 3 points, or should I say my 3 survival techniques that I have decided to share with you, and wishing you guys all the best in this LPC course. You've got this. If I was able to do it, it means you can do it too, and you will pass, and pass well. So I wish you guys all the best. Keep staying beautiful and be safe. Love you guys. Till I see you in the next video. Bye. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. Yeah, tell me if you use my techniques and it helps you. Let me know. If it doesn't help you too, let me know, so that we'll be able to tweak it a bit for others that are yet to do the LPC, or should I say the SQE. That will be another topic for another video. Bye guys, be safe.